All right, if you are watching at home, I'm going to show you the quick assembly of this project. You pull this piece of paper out of your envelope, and it had one crease in it. The first step you're going to want to do is to crease the other score lines. By the time you're done, it will end up looking like this. What we're creating here is a bridge card. For a bridge card, it folds flat. Whichever way you do this, it doesn't matter. It's going to fold flat to go in an envelope, but it needs something to function as a bridge to hold it together. Not sure which parts of this event you've looked at yet, but there is a presentation on acetate sheets. So you have this piece of acetate in your kit, and if you look at it carefully, you will notice that it has embossing on it, because yes, you can emboss, you can texture emboss on acetate. That was done with the snowflake dies. This is a small die. It comes a 2-pack. The snowflakes are one, and then the other one is some pine boughs. So this is going to go on the front. It's going to be adhered, and you'll know that it's not far enough to cover all the way to the edges, and that's by design because you don't want to see the edges of these. We're going to cover them up with these pieces right here. These pieces should have also been embossed. So step one is going to be to put this on the inside. Step two, these are those new wonderful snowflakes. They're kind of a pearlescent paper. These have some great reflective properties to them. If it was me, I would be saving this because you can come back with a little circle punch, like a 1/4-inch hole punch, and you can punch a bunch of holes, and then that would make like an awesome center for a flower. All right, so we're going to add this to the inside here. So when you make a bridge card, you need to assemble the inside first because you won't really have access to it after you've got that bridge on. When you have this in your hand, you're going to note that one side is the shiny pearlescent side and the other side is just white paper. So if you've got a project where you want to have a snowflake that has a particular color to it, you can actually sponge the color on here. You can also lay this down and sponge around it, like sponge blue or something around it, and then pull this off and you'd have a white stencil behind it. So you want to add your snowflake, and then you want to put this blue piece on. The next thing is the bridge. So that's going to be your embossed piece. And what you want to do is you want to put some adhesive. Put some adhesive towards the center part of the card and adhere one side at a time. So I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to it's not quite 4 inches tall, so I'm going to layer it top for bottom in the center on mine. You also want to ensure that the edge of the bridge piece is parallel to the edge of the card. And then for the second one, okay, the glue can only go on these outside sections. For that second one, fold it over. So then you want to fold this over and lay it here for adhering it, because now you know that that's going to be the right distance apart for these two things. Okay, we don't want to actually see the adhesive behind here, so you've got two pieces that are just going to cover them up. So there is your basic bridge card. And then we want to decorate it up a little bit. So the next thing will be to adhere your snow. It's going to go across right here and cover up the base, which means it gets adhesive only down here on the bottom. Okay, before we put him on, he's going to need some buttons. We don't have black rhinestones anymore. We used to, we don't, but that's okay because you can color them with a black blends. And for those of you who are doing this at home, if you don't have a black blends, you can also use a black Sharpie. Either one works fine. I will point out, if you have never done this before, stamp or coloring a rhinestone with a blends, it works really well because it's an alcohol marker just like the Sharpie is. What I found is that I prefer to use this nub end rather than the brush end. I feel like because these things are not round, and so I feel like I sometimes destroy the brush end on mine. So I like to use that hard end. Okay, so now your little snowman is complete. Now you just want to add him to the card. You can decide which side you want him on. I'm going to put him on this side. Okay, so you can actually put glue on the whole body because, of course, he's going to be attached on the plastic, so it doesn't matter that his body's hanging over the edge of the card. You will want to fold it flat, though, just for security as you add him. So now you have your cute little snowman on a bridge card with that beautiful snowflake, big snowflake in the background. If you wanted, you could come back and add more rhinestones in the centers of any of these snowflakes. So for the sentiment, Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to include stamped sentiments in our kits. I have given you a scalloped oval that you can find any stamp that you have at home that fits into that space. This is the one I'm taking. I like to pop the sentiments up on a dimensional. I think that makes them stand out a little bit more. Look how easy it is to make a bridge card. If you did a kit for friends or for a class, this would be so easy to do for a class. Embossing definitely is impressive on the cardstock, but it's also pretty impressive when you can emboss on the acetate as well. So this particular card is really great for showing people a lot of our product, and then that cute little glimmer on the hat, that just adds to things. This is a fun card to do in a class and easy.